Have you heard the news? Sunday nights are sheer fun with me, Greg Hunter, Nightside on CRN Digital Talk. Tune my way at 9 p.m. Pacific Coast Time for 2 happy hours in the Sunday world of entertainment. There will be stars in your ears.
CRN Digital Talk Radio, the original Talkback with Chuck Wilder. Paul Stern at the toll-free number, 1-800-336-2225, 1-800-336-2225, live across America on this radio station or this cable system, and around the world at www.crntalk.com. Today, Terry Jeffrey, Editor-in-Chief, CNS News. Is the 2010 census counting homeless people twice? Kerry Pickett, Washington Times, just broke this story on a Mexico border shooting. Is Mexico tampering with the evidence? Wait till you hear about this. Also, if we get a chance, we'll talk about Rangel on the White House faith in the BP, and they don't have the slightest clue, he says. And Chelsea Schilling, World at Daily, just one of many stories. Acorn, poverty pimping for the Democrats. All right, this kind of upsets me. Library of Congress. Are you ready for this? And Bob Hope. A new exhibit at the Library of Congress is now dedicated to the memory of entertainer Bob Hope, but featuring Jane Fonda in North Vietnam, Bill Maher claiming the rich men are sending young men off to die, and a counter-USO feminist group. This whole dedicated memory for Bob Hope focuses more on politics than it does on the legacy of a movie star who used his talents to support the U.S. military around the world. And comedian Senator Al Franken, Democrat, does the introductory of the film. The Hope for America Performers, Politics, Pop Culture exhibit in the library's Jefferson building includes much of Hope's private collection of photos, jokes, and correspondence spanning his decade-long career. But the overall theme of this exhibit highlights political protest and activism, something, by all accounts, Bob Hope avoided, even as he became a regular at the White House over the course of 11 U.S. presidencies. Well, President Barack Obama likened the disastrous oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, are you ready for this, to the September 11th attacks. That's what he said in an interview published on the eve of his 4th visit today to the stricken region. Quote, in the same way that our view of our vulnerabilities and our foreign policy was shaped profoundly by 9/11, I think this disaster is going to shape how we think about the environment and energy for many years to come. Obama said he would be making a fresh bid to get Congress to pass a major energy and climate bill, aka global warming bill. He was quoted as vowing to move forward in a bold way in a direction that finally gives us the kind of future-oriented vision, energy policy that we so vitally need and has been absent for so long. Never let a crisis go to waste, quote, unquote, my quote. One of the biggest leadership challenges for me, this is Obama speaking, going forward, is going to make sure that we draw the right lessons from this disaster, he said. Obama said he could not predict whether the nation would transition completely from an oil-based economy within his lifetime, but that now is the time for us to start making that transition and investing in a new way of doing business when it comes to energy. Now, tomorrow, he's going to address the crisis in a rare first-time primetime speech to the nation from the Oval Office. Almost 2 years, first time. Now then, here's the White House news. Are you ready for this? The White House is racketing up pressure on BP over the Gulf of Mexico oil spill as the company meets today to discuss the future of the dividend payments while it assesses the scale and the cost of the unfolding environmental disaster. President Barack Obama is demanding that the oil giant immediately put billions of dollars into a reserve account and submit to an independent panel that will hand out compensation payments to those in the Gulf region who have lost their livelihoods. And the administration officials also ripped up BP's plans for increasing the amount of oil being captured from the leaking well, saying they were insufficient. The company was given a 48-hour deadline, due to expire last night, to come up with plans that would capture more of the oil which is still leaking at a rate of 30,000 barrels a day. That's today. Now then, in other words, let me give you the lowdown on this. Love it, love it, love it. President Barack Obama, in other words, is now reacting to the BP oil mess in precisely the way he said he didn't need to. After weeks of insisting that bringing rhetorical heat on BP executives wouldn't get anything done, this is exactly what he decided to start doing. Now, a president who's known for his cool is looking for butts to kick. He's meeting with the same executives whose direct input he said he didn't think he needed. As his top aides telegraphed growing frustration, nearly 2 months into this environmental calamity in the region, he's making his 4th visit to the Gulf region, this time spending an overnight and a better part of 2 days. And guess what? He's also going to Florida. Why? Well, because they got caught by not going to Florida when they met with all the other Gulf governors and representatives. You know, Holder didn't invite the representative from Florida. Why? Well, he's a Republican. That's why. They didn't put it that way, but that's exactly what it is. You know what else it is? Today is Flag Day. A lot of people don't even know that. It's always celebrated June 14th. And Flag Day is a day for all Americans to celebrate and show respect for our flag, its designers, and makers. Our flag is representative of our independence and our unity as a nation, one nation under God, indivisible. Our flag has a proud, glorious history. It was at the lead of every battle fought by Americans. Many people have died protecting it. It even stands proudly on the surface of the moon. As Americans, we have every right to be proud of our culture, our nation, and our flag. So raise the flag today and every day with pride. Here is John Wayne.
Make the flag of stars and bars, of red and white and blue, a flag that guarantees the right for men like me and